what we have done is we just done with the business requirements. We just done with the business requirements and the scope of work we got it, and business requirements given by product owner or the client stakeholders, whoever wants to share, manager or anybody from client. Then BA collected all that requirements and created BRD, business requirement document. Then BA with the technical team, he creates FRD, functional requirements document. So as part of it, we wrote lot many, right, use cases. We thought about sequence diagrams but not created, and entity diagrams, mock-ups also. So for the complete requirements, if BA can able to provide all this, right, implementing that business scope is not a big deal. It is simple cakewalk for the development. So apart from this, technical people, tech team should make it ready. You know, architecture, architecture, and they should make ready software and hardware requirements. They should make ready what software and hardware required. They need to identify all of them so that we can procure that softwares and hardwares. Our client will buy them and provide it to us. Otherwise, if you start development and something is ready for testing, environment should be ready, right? So environment means all the softwares and hardwares to run your code, and other set of softwares also required. Other set of softwares maybe to manage the team management softwares. That all we will decide here. Okay, that all we will decide. Yeah, before that, for any software development, right, we came so far here till here. Architecture is also not ready. We didn't identify the software or hardware requirements also. But if you see a typical SD, LC, software development life cycle, right, this is how we will be having multiple phases here. So here we will be having analysis phase. First, from here we will start, right? Analysis means business people may do market analysis first. If they build that application, will they able to get the revenue? Will they sustain in that market or not? That analysis, product owner or clients, they will do all that analysis and they will share the requirements with business analyst. Then business analyst can create functional documents and they can share it with the technical people. Then they can brought architecture, as I'm talking, right, architecture, software requirements, hardware requirements, everything we can identify, so that that environment will be ready for the deployment phase. Okay, here itself we need to identify so that it will be ready by the time you are done with your development and test. So UI UX, anyway, this all be done. System architecture not it done. At least the entity structure, right? That is the more complicated part that we are done, and the remaining architecture is simple. UI UX. So UX people, they will provide or they will propose, better user experience screens. Then UI people will design. Okay, UX people, they will propose the screens with Photoshops or paints. You know, is not is just a minute, guys. Okay. Yeah. So of course you all know these phases, but this is how we need to do the implementation without proper analysis, proper design. If you go into the development, you know, um, unwanted issues we will be seeing once you go here without proper analysis and design. In real time, if I give an example with construction work yesterday for one demo session, I was saying even you can apply this for the not only software development, you may apply it for any other industry, right? Without proper design, if you build a house, lot of um, unnecessary costs you need to put without the planning. If you go to the construction, if you guys already done with that, you must be aware, right? So you need to have proper planning and properly step by step you need to build your house. Otherwise, a lot of unnecessary cost you need to put. Definitely, if you right, if you had a construction experience, you really aware of it, right? Recent my experience, I built just one farmhouse, okay, with the precast. I don't know. That is the first time uh, uh, I started it just to see. It's okay, let it be um, for experience. So only with the already pre slabs, right? With pre slabs, I started construction and I put compound, then construction, then roof, ceiling, everything I did. Then after that, I need to put some dust inside, okay, to fill the gaps. Already I constructed a compound with only 8 feet of gate. So whatever lorry or tractors, right, they enable to come inside to fill that dust. So usually the charge for each lorry, they are charging 4,000 rupees. If that can directly come inside my compound, it can able to put the dust there and we can level it. But instead, what happened, as that gate entry is very small, they put all the dust outside. and I deployed people for each truck, right? They charged 8,000. Material cost is 4,000, and to ship that, just inside the gate, 8,000 I invested. Like that, for 3 4 trucks, I spent unnecessarily 50,000 rupees because of improper planning. Why I want to put that statement here is, if you do very ahead, if you think all the problems before implementation itself, you will be in a good position to deliver your product within the you know assigned budget only. Budget planning also, your company used to have budget plan, or your client also may have some budget, right? They must aware, like, how these development phases will go, how much cost may required for such applications. They have some idea how much they need to invest on that so application. While we are proposing the budget also, let's say you are a vendor who is developing it, so your proposal need to at least meet their expectations. It should be near to their expectations, otherwise they may not give that project. Okay, so within that budget only, if you want to execute it, so properly you need to collect all the requirements. You need to get sign off, ahead before, and because future if they change the scope, client if we come and add 1 month more development items, it won't give any profit to you. Rather than you need to spend your amount from your pocket. So you need to fix the scope here itself, and you need to get it signed off, so that it will go to the design, then it will go to the development properly, it will go to the next steps. But this is the old way of development life cycle. In waterfall, usually we used to do this. First, one analysis phase, we do finish of the complete requirements, then we go to the design, then development, testing, deployment. Okay, so this is not really benefit to the current world. This is not really benefit to the current world. Okay, if you go with the pure waterfall model, in pure waterfall model, what usually will happen, if client is having the same e-commerce application as a requirement, he need to share all his requirements in this phase one itself. Okay, all the requirements, point A to Z, everything client need to share here only, analysis phase one. So we will document and we will get the sign off. So once the document is signed off, we don't accept any requirements, new requirements. We don't accept in waterfall. Generally, we don't accept any new requirements once document is gets signed off. Let's say for this analysis phase itself, if it took 3 months of time for the complete requirements gathering and analysis, then it will go to the designing phase. There, technical people will create architecture, entity diagrams, UMLs, everything. They will properly make it ready with UX, UI diagrams, and everything before the development. Like if you want to construct a house, engineer how he will give the plan, floor plan, steps, staircase planning, or lift planning, slab planning, walls planning, right? Same way, you need to do the entire planning here. So then it will go to the development. Once the planning is done for all the modules, it will go to the development, then it will go to the testing. But the problem with the traditional waterfall, right? Here you need a different set of people here. You need different set of people for this project. Okay, so you need to hire one BA. So his job will finish by this analysis phase. His job will finish by this analysis phase. Okay, so will you hire BA for 3 months? No, you need to hire him, and you need to keep him. If you don't have work also, you need to pay him. Okay, so until this BA completing this analysis phase, you will be not hiring any development team. It's okay. But at least by the end of this analysis phase, you need to have one architect and technical lead, senior developers, junior developers, UX people, UI people. You may need all of them here. So consider you hired 10 people here in the designing phase. You hired, so everybody understands the requirement, and the development also they done. So once the development is done, all this development team need to be ideal. They don't have any work. BA will be ideal already, by 6 months, and from here, development team also will be ideal if they don't have any other project to do. And of course we need to maintain them, because until deployment everybody should be there. If they leave, you will be seeing lot of issues. If BA leaves after this analysis phase, developer will say, or development will say, no, BA said different requirements, we followed that. They will completely ruin the project. They don't deliver. So everybody should stay until it go to the live, until client pay everything. So BA unnecessarily you need to pay 6 months of salary, and for this designing team or development team, once they're done with the development, for the testing and the deployment phases, right? If testing is happening for the next 3 months after the development, here also you need to pay them. Once everything is done, maybe you can move this entire team. But coming to the cost of development will increase very high. And from the client point of view also, if you see, once the requirements freezed here, we don't accept any changes. Because what we will say, by the time of designing, if we change the requirements, we say already designing is done. If you change the requirements, entire design will disturb. Entire UI UX also designed, so I can't do the changes. So bring the changes once everything is deployed. Then we will do it, rework. Then we will put the different budget. You need to give, you need to pay for that changes also. So that's why people, really frustrated with this kind of model. Then everybody shifted to Agile. In Agile, what will happen? Business owner or client will give requirements modules by modules, or features by features. They will give modules by modules. Maybe for other industry, like automobile industry, it may not applicable, and it is applicable for many other industries. Like uh, if you see like construction, for construction work, Agile will perfect. What in Agile we do is, let's say as per our requirements, people should have shared the link with everyone whoever paid. Let's see. Okay. So we identified multiple modules, maybe from the business requirements. Let's say you are the business person. Okay, one of you, let's say Patel is the business person. Okay, he is giving this project to us. We all, if you consider, we all are the team. So he shared all the business requirements. We understand there is an admin module. Admin need to do some tasks, and the manager module. Manager need to do some tasks. Seller, customer, delivery, customer. So this many modules requirements he given, and he given hint also to us for the feature scopes. He said customer care also you may need to implement it. Maybe this is feature scope. As of now, you need to implement admin, manager, seller, delivery, customer, everything. So all the requirements is ready in hand to him. For him, requirements are ready. Without that requirements means out of his business idea only, these requirements will come. He have some business thoughts, so he converted them into requirements. So all requirements are clear for the client. So if you go with waterfall model, investment may increase heavily. In waterfall, traditional waterfall, if you choose, in waterfall what will happen? Phase by phase. First the requirements need to completed, so after requirements only the next phase will start. After requirements only the next phase will start, a designing phase. After designing only development. After development only it will go for the testing. After testing only it will go for the deployment and the maintenance phases. So until then, no phases will be overlapped here. Okay, so this is how complete requirements will go in this flow. Complete requirement, all requirements will go in this way. All requirements at a time requirements gathering, designing, at a time in the sense phase after phase. Once after requirements, consider 3 months happened for it, another 3 months for design, 6 months for development, 4 months for testing, for deployment and moving it to the maintenance. Maybe for deployment to test everything, maybe 1 month. Maintenance is unlimited based on you agreed. So this much of time it is taking, this much of time it is taking, and the ideal people also, right, will be increasing here. So maybe 6 months, 1 year, 1 year, 5 months. 1 year, 5 months of time it will take to move your code to the deployment stage. By that time, so many changes may come into the market. As a client, Patil identified that so many changes he wanted to add, but we don't accept it. As a team, Naveen company, RBU Tech is having these people. They give an assignment to me, and what I will say when he asks me, no, I don't add any new requirement because already requirement gathering, designing is done, so I can't do any changes now. But Patil is arguing with me, no man, so many changes came into the market. If I go with the old requirements, it will not compete with the existing applications like Amazon or Flipkart. So they added very new features. They given so many new advantages with the e-commerce people. So I can't add them. If you say I can't add them, my entire investment, let's say if I am investing here for 5 crores, 5 crore Indian rupees, or 5 million dollars, if I am investing here, everything is waste. If you say also, I don't accept it. It's up to you. In waterfall, we can't really accept it because changing design is not possible. If you accept the changing designing, again and again and again, you will be doing designing changes only. End of the day, it won't happen. Project will not execute. So for everybody, you know, Agile is very much suitable. If they go with the Agile, right, which is very much suitable. How it is suitable means client will give module by module. Again, in this module, if they have n number of features, in that module, features by features, he will share his requirements. Now here our scope is very small. Let's say client, if we give only admin requirements, he will give only admin requirements to us. He will give admin requirements to us. He will ask us to implement. Then what you need to do from the development team? If it is not agile, right? We see the drawback also, na? We see the drawback. What is the drawback? Ideal people here, once after this phase we need to still pay this BA. Once after this designing phase we need to pay designing people, architect people, and once after this development we need to pay this dev people. Once after testing, when it goes to the deployment, right, unnecessarily you need to pay these people. Instead of paying, right, they will be ideal, they don't have any work, they will not have any work. So if you calculate it, right, if you calculate it, so much unnecessary investment you are doing here. Okay, so here if it is going to take 5 million dollars here, if you go with agile, lot of investment here it can reduce because there won't be any idle people. Always everybody will have work. That is the principle of agile. Always everybody will have work, and In Agile, we respect all the requirement changes. We respect all the requirement changes, and the client also is having so much comfort here. Let's see how it will happen. Client will give only admin requirements to us, and we will deploy our BA for the requirements gathering. I mean, collecting the requirements, and less documentation work only they will recommend here. So there won't be much documentation for this admin module. Let's say if we need 1 week of time, he will take 1 week, and in the next week designing phase will start. 1 week for the designing. Let's say 1 week for the development. Basically these two steps very ahead they will do for all the modules. For all modules, right, these two steps very ahead they will do. Directly they will bring requirement to development. So you may say here, zero initially they will spend the time first to 3 months. If required, they will spend that 3 months time. So once the stories are ready, they don't take much time here. So you can say zero efforts. Then directly they will give the story for developer need to spend time here. Or let's say parallel, if they are doing, they will spend the time also here. 1 week for the requirement, 1 week for the design, 1 week for the development, and 1 week for the testing if you consider, and immediately they will deploy. So here they will have different team. Deployment team, let's say the deployment team may take 1 day. So they will have dedicated team. Here you have a BA, he will take care of it. And here you have UI UX people and the architect you have, they will take care of this design. And development you have dev team, you will be having dev team. And for testing you will be having testing team. For deployment you will be having some DevOps teams, they will work on it. So by the time BA finish with this requirement, right, he will not be idle, he will go to the next phase. Client will share the other requirements to the BA, they will share the manager requirement. So here immediately requirement phase will start. BA will be deployed here, his job is done, right, he will move to the new module requirement. He will move to the new module requirement. So he will be collecting requirements here. So if you see overall, the advantage is here, by the time admin module is finishing, right, by the time admin module is finishing, client will have some visibility and working product also. Admin module will be ready, admin module will be ready, a working copy will be ready. So he can start deploying admin. Patil can start deploying admin, and he can create managers, he can advertise, I need managers, so to work in my company, so many profiles I need. He can, he can market his product. Okay, he can hire managers because admin module is ready by next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So Patil can start using it. Patil can start using it. Instead, he wait for 1 year, 5 months. In next very few weeks, okay, this module if it is ready, he can start working on it. Right, a working code is available to him in the production. Then between, if he thought that manager, he started hiring and he identified some managers who is having prior experience, and they also added some thoughts to him. He thought that okay, he thought that some manager new requirements also he wanted to add, so that requirements also he can add here. Now he is having enough bandwidth to add the changes also. Now up to market, if there are any new changes, he can bring them here. He can bring them here for the uh, for the new module. Then for this new module, development will start here, requirements gathering, then again designing, phase by phase, all these phases will happen here. So by the time requirements gathering is done, this designing also done here. For this fellow will come here, the same people will come here to do this task. So by the time he finishes it, okay, designing people also done with their stories, they will come here for the designing stuff. Same people we can deploy here, so they will not be ideal. Always Everybody will have work, everybody will be assigned to work, so that development cost, whatever cost you are paying, you know, that is, every rupee is paid back to you, because everybody will be working always. So you are not doing any unnecessary investment here. So that's how agile will help RBU also, right? RBU, from RBU side, if you see, instead I maintain BAs and designing people, dev people, testing people for long time. Ideally I can utilize them properly, right? Everybody will engage it to work always. So the by the time designing is done, development people done with their development work here, they will move to the next module. They will move to the next module here, development work, and testing people will be parallelly doing it, right? By the time 1 week, if I am done with this, testing will people will come back here, and they will take up the testing work here. They will take up the testing work. By the time designing development, by the time designing started, right, BA is ideal here. Then BA will go for the next phase. BA will go for the delivery module. He will start collecting requirements here. Then by the time designing fellows are free, they will move here. Then developers will move here. Testers will move here. So you will be engaging everybody always. So then it will go for the deployment. So DevOps people also will be busy here by this time. Deployment phase. Everybody will be engaged always. Module by module, we can take the development. So here, lot of efforts we are saving, and working copy also we are sharing with the client, and many benefits to the client also, right? Client and the development partner also. Lot of investment cost is reducing here. Maybe instead of you quoting 5 million, right, you may do this project in 2 million itself, if you go with this approach. Let's say two people went for the bidding. One is following waterfall. He thought that 5 million required to him, and one person aware of Agile, and as of his expectations, 2 million is enough. So if somebody go with the 2 million estimation, and if he share with party, definitely he will give the, chance to him, whoever is quoting very less, right? If you want to build a home, if somebody estimates it 30 lakhs, and if other fellow estimates it for 25 lakh or 20 lakh only, if you know properly how to deliver within 25 lakhs, you can give it to him. Maybe the fellow who is quoting 35 or 40 lakh, he may not following the process properly. So for him, investment cost is very high. Who is following properly, for them, big builders, if you see, they will save a lot of construction cost. They will cut off lot of construction cost, because they are very experienced in, you know, doing the business, so they have better practices for building it. Same way here, Agile is more suitable to reduce the development cost, and to benefit the client also, to accept the new requirements, right? And you will not be, here the people are not ideal. You can engage everybody always, right? And here, I mean, from the benefit side, if you see, this is how we will be getting benefits here from the Agile. So how this Agile will work, you understand here. Let me show a document. So basically, team also important in Agile. Team also important, and they will have lot of motivation also. Whoever is working on this Agile, right? They should have lot of motivation, and they should accept everything. And one more thing, if they don't know waterfall, then that is well and good. We came from very olden days, where we follow waterfall, right? So if you always try to think your Agile with waterfall, you will be getting conflicts. So once you go with Agile, so then just think in an Agile model only. In Agile, everybody should cooperate to each other, and everyone as a war room, right? Everybody should sit together as a single team. If you can work, you can able to deliver the things properly. Communication is very 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 important in agile, right? Everybody should connect with each other, and they should help each other here. So let's say it came to the design development phase. If developer have any doubts, he should able to reach out to BA should not say no, my phase is done, you should not reach out to me. No, he should cooperate. And again clearly he should elaborate the requirements to him. And if there are any confusions in the designing, developer can reach out to him comfortably. He should reach out to them. They should help. And testing people, for while doing testing people, black box testing, if they are doing, it's okay. But for understanding use cases, what are the inputs he need to give, at least the basic idea. If you want to know for the testing, he can, he should able to reach out to the developer, or he should able to reach out to the BA. Somebody should help them. Okay, and we always can reach out to the DevOps teams for deployment, right? You can ask them, this is how I need an environment. Maybe your architect can suggest, or you may suggest to the DevOps team, I need so and so environment, so and so server, so and so, resources. So they will make it ready for you by the time your development is done, right? So that the deploying environment will be ready. So you should able to deploy it. Maybe testing environment, they will make it ready. Production environment, they will make it ready. Right? Everybody should cooperate each other here in Agile. At the end of the day, goal is the working copy we need to deliver. A working copy as client expected. So that he feels happy. Once he feels happy, he will pay more. He will give many requirements. Hmm. Sorry? Somebody? Okay, okay. I didn't see that. Let me check. Can anybody say what is deployment phase? Like, what is the deployment? Okay. Basically, we move our code to servers, right? That is what the deployment phase. Okay, moving our code to production. Generally nowadays we are calling it as productions, right? Production. We have to move our code, right, to the production environment, where actually we do deploy our code. You got it? Okay, cool. Are you guys able to you know understand what I'm saying? You guys able to follow, right? Yeah. So the main agenda is here. Everybody should engage always. Everybody should cooperate to each other. Okay, and end of the day we need to deliver a working copy. End of the day we are delivering a working copy. And to make all these people connect together, right? To make all these people connect together, every day we used to conduct scrum calls here. We used to conduct scrum calls, morning or evening, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Everybody will connect in a call, and we say good morning. And we will say if we have any problems, or you know issues with our everybody, right? BA, if he is having any issues while collecting the requirements, or designing phase, if you have any gaps from the BA, or developers, if you have any technical issues, or if they have any story understanding gaps, or if testers have any test data gaps, or if they don't know what to test, you know everybody can connect together in that call, and they can share their thoughts or problems. Are they able to proceed with their stories or not? Okay, so everything we used to uh, uh, discuss in that scrum calls. If you have fixed requirements, maybe we don't follow scrums. Instead scrums, we can go with kanban also. So there are different types of agile practices. Again we have, but mostly they are all same. uh, you know um, Basically, in Scrum, we will spend a lot of unnecessary time for ceremonies, whereas in Kanban, there won't be many ceremonies. Always people will, focus on the work only. Whereas in Scrum, if you already, if you are into the Scrum teams, you must aware, right? Everybody is, will be joined to the stand-ups daily. Once after 1 week or 2 weeks, we do, retrospectives, and we do grooming sessions. Lot of, meetings would be there in the Scrum. So along with your development time, you need to join lot of calls also. On daily basis or weekly basis, you will be having many calls. Whereas in Kanban, you will be not having much, calls. But Kanban is not suitable for all the projects. I'll tell you what is Scrum, what is Kanban, and how they will work. If you understand the difference between waterfall and the Scrum, right? Or else, with a simple example, let me give it to you. Um, I have I want to construct a 30 stair building, um, 30 floors. For each floor, I have around 10,000 square feet of area I have for each floor. Um, okay, 10,000 square feet means, if it is each, uh, if it is a double bedroom, it is around, on average, 1,000 square feet. You may accommodate 10 2 BHKs here. 10 2 BHKs. This is what my initial plan is. Okay, for each floor, I wanted to have 10 2 BHK flats, and I want to build 30 floors. I want to build 30 floors. So 10 2 BHKs into 30, if I plan for my construction, it is going to be 30 into 10, 300 flats, 300 2 BHK flats. End of the day, I will get. So I can market these 300 flats. 300 flats. Okay. So as a builder, I thought, okay, I need to build all 2 BHKs. Then I started, I started planning for it, and I started putting pillars also. Okay. I started putting pillars. So pillars design also only suitable strict to 2 BHK. So I kept all the pillars here, everything I constructed, pillars, slabs, everything I planned, and I given contract to other fellow. I said, this is the plan, this is how you need to build all the 30 floors. Let's say I given this contract to L&T construction. So I want to build 30 floors. I given to L&T. I set this plan very ahead. Okay. So today date is 31st August 2023. I given this contract. Let's say RBU given contract to L&T construction. That's an 2 pro. Okay. For them, I given contract with this plan. So they will execute it. They don't do any changes for 30 floors. We got the agreement between us. We have an agreement paper. So RBU signed on it. So the delivery date also L&T put here, by what date they would able to finish it, and what are all the terms and conditions. Everything they added here, and budget, everything they added here, and everybody signed on this document. So I signed on this, and L&T people also signed on it. This is the proof copy. Okay, they will keep with everyone. So as per this, terms and conditions, as per the plan which you have mentioned here, they will execute it. So if they promise it by 31st August 2024, if they promise to execute it, they will deliver by that time. If they follow waterfall methodology only, waterfall, right, in our software engineering. If they follow similar methodology, what will happen here? Whatever the plan is given initially, the same plan they will execute. They don't accept any new changes. But while doing market, I realized that 2 BHKs are not much selling. 2 BHKs are not much selling. So I wanted to, convert it to 3 BHKs each flat. From the marketing, I realized it. I'm unable to sell 2 BHKs because it is high rise, which is very cost. 2 BHK middle class people may buy. So if I convert it into 3 BHKs, many upper class who is having enough budget, they are showing the interest. So I want to convert from 2 BHK to 3 BHK. But if you go to L&T people and if you ask, they don't accept it. Initially, you ask this plan, so that's how they started. They designing it. They don't accept it. But if you have a strategy, RBU is having a strategy in these terms and conditions. Instead of giving this entire plan and signing the document, okay, if you ask L&T to build each floor first, so first agree for the each floor, first floor and build it. By the time you finish it, I'll give my second floor plan, third floor plan, fourth floor, fifth floor, like that, floor by floor. If they share the plan and if they signed on the terms and conditions, maybe for first floor I thought 2 BHKs are enough, so I given requirement here and I signed on the document and L&T build this first floor and given to us as per the agreement, as per the cost. Okay. Now I realized during marketing, I realized more 2 BHKs are not good. So maybe I'll continue for the second floor also with 2 BHKs. I don't have any conflicts with the L&T because floor by floor only I'm signing here instead of giving the entire building. Entire building, if I give, that is a waterfall model. Floor by floor, if I give, that is a agile model. So by the first floor, L&T people finishing it, okay, I can plan for my second floor. Do I need to go with only 2 BHK or 3 BHK, or I can play in whichever way I want. If I think that 2 BHK is required, what is happening? Okay, I thought that 2 BHK is good here, 3 BHK good here, and for the fourth floor, third floor, I wanted to build, or first two floors, 2 BHKs, then next two floors, 3 BHKs, then I want to build 4 BHKs, and once completed with 20 floors, the remaining 5 floors, I wanted to construct like a duplex villas. First, last 10 floors, I want to convert into duplexes. I comfortably I can do any changes now. If I don't agree to them that the entire building agreement, if I don't do it with them floor by floor only, if I agree to them, then it's my wish to do the changes. Of course, your changes should suitable to the pillars or whatever foundation they did. At least if your pillars are supporting, you can do the changes. But if you give the entire plan ahead before, and if you sign on the contract, they can't do the changes because they may planned for this entire building, their budgets, their planning, the labor, everything they might have planned for the entire building. They might have hired already labor for the 30 floors, so they don't accept any change. All 2 BHKs only they will build. But if you go with agile kind of model, it's your wish. Okay, for first floor you thought 2 BHKs are enough, you can build 2 BHKs. For the second floor, 3 BHKs, or mixed 3 BHKs and 2 BHKs combination, or 4 BHK 2 BHK combination, or duplex 2 BHK combination, anything you can do. It's up to you. You can, of course, government will not accept, but if you have that flexibility, you can do the changes. Here with software, the software industry, government will not involve. You can do any changes, nobody will ask you. But kind of construction work, government also need to involve, because if you don't follow the government rules, and if you do as per your wish, maybe in future, the construction may fall, or they might, there might be some flaws in the construction and it may fall down. Okay, so a lot of people will lose here, so government may not accept it. But if you have that flexibility, you can do a lot of changes, right? So that's what we achieve in Agile. Agile will work on the same principle. Okay, client will give phases by phases requirements. We add that requirements and we do the development, and we'll deliver the working copy end of the day. So each module by module will go in the same fashion. Here also small waterfall model only we follow, but for only that small requirement. And in waterfall there won't be any connection between the team. Here we follow lot of communications also, lot of communication also we establish between the team in terms of calls, daily scrum meetings we conduct. Okay, we follow some dashboard, Jira we use. Okay, so I shared PDF with you guys. If you go with that PDF, right, you can able to easily read and understand. See, everyone manages projects, whether they are certified project manager or not. Huh. Often the people managing the work are simply winging it, which can result in struggle to manage multiple projects, meet the deadlines, and adopt the changing requirements. If you are not a proper guy, right, who is leading the team, you may see a lot of problems. That is what he is saying. Everybody can do it, but you will be seeing problems because you are not properly educated. If you are properly educated, then you can meet deadlines and you can adopt the changes and you know what to accept, what not to accept. That is what he is saying. Studies have found that companies who use a standard project management methodologies have had fewer than half as many projects failures. They are saying is less failures they will have. With this in mind, anyone who manages work should consider adopting a standard project management methods. So, as standard project management like Agile, if you follow like how everybody is following, most of the Agile projects are getting success. Okay, so that is what he is trying to convey in introduction. So, coming to Agile overview, what he is saying is here, Agile project management is based on an incremental and iterative approach. Incremental and iterative approach it will follow. Incremental and iterative means phase by phase we will take the requirements and we will iterate it. Phase by phase requirements will be incrementing. Step by step they will increase the requirements and work will happen in a iterative model, in a wheel. Iteration will happen. So first for one module we will get the requirements, we will plan, we will design, develop and we will release it and we will monitor it. By these requirements come to the next phase, another requirements also will fall here. So continuously requirements will come here as a phase by phase. It will continuously will rotate. It won't stop. Right? Every step will continuously will execute. So the benefit is here. Everybody will engage to the work and they will be working constantly. And the client will get lot of benefits. So the 12 agile principles they are saying here, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. Of course, right? Software is for customer, not for the software industry or software developers or no, for software companies. Softwares are for customers. So if software is for customer, you need to satisfy them. Right? That is what the main first principle he is saying. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous deliveries with a valuable software. Whatever you are delivering, right? End of the day, the working copy, he should be able to utilize it, and it need to give him some business, and he should be able to get the revenue out of it. Otherwise, that is useless, right? So you should respect customer here, and you should satisfy his requirements. Between, if you get some new thoughts, if he's trying to add, you should accept it. You should convince him, okay sir, maybe now we are doing this development, now we can't able to add it, but once done with this development and testing, we will take it as a new change. Definitely we will add it, we will accommodate it. You can add whatever changes you want to add, we can accommodate it, but now whatever requirements you are given, right, we will continue with it. Hardly in 1 week we will continue complete this development. Maybe in next sprint or next week you give the new requirements, we will take it as a new sprint. and we will achieve it. So definitely we will respect your requirements. That's how you need to respect the client requirements. Okay, so this is very very important. Welcome changing the requirements, welcome changing the requirements even late in the development. Agile process harness, I don't know the meaning, harness change for the customers competitive advantages. But finally what you want to say is, here customers will have some competitors, right? They also continuously will look after other competitors what they are doing parallelly. If his competitor added a new advantage or a new feature, let's say Swiggy is providing Instamart, by the time his competitors doesn't have it. Let's say if I am a new comer in the market, I want to add the Instamart kind of stuff also. I will bring that requirements here, so you should welcome them. Because if I add that in my application only, then only customer will try my application also, otherwise they don't even look. Right? If one OTT platform is allowing you to forward backward, and if it is showing a resume from where you stopped watching. If one other OTT platform, if it is not following it at all, and if it is not showing which one you watched before, they don't maintain it, you definitely don't go with that OTT platform. Or else if you are developing a new OTT platform, you will see who is the better competitor for you, who is doing great business, maybe Hotstar, maybe Netflix. You may follow, a good competitor features, and you may develop them. So continuously you will be following them, and you will add the changes. So as a development, from the development side, right, we should accept them. Otherwise, what is the benefit end of the day he is getting? Nothing if you don't accept. So welcome the requirements. But there is a way. Welcome the requirements first. Immediately you need not to develop it, but you should welcome it. Deliver working software frequently. Whatever you deliver, right, end of the day or end of the sprint, right? Each cycle we call it as sprint. Each cycle we call it as sprint in Agile. Okay. So whatever you deliver end of the sprint should be working copy, so that client will be very curious about his product, and even he can start using it. Business people and developers must work together daily, right? In waterfall you don't see it. As soon as it go to the development phase, he don't know even who is the business person. But in Agile, every day we connect with them. Every day we connect with the product owner in a meeting. Client will join, BA will join, tester will join, developers will join, architect will join. If architect is busy, maybe if he is not required, he may not join. Maybe one architect may be used for the multiple projects, because if they are costly resources, they will utilize properly. Everybody should join in the call. Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Then only, right, they will have the proper visibility. And if you have any business requirement doubts also, you can ask them. And build projects around motivated individuals. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they needed. Trust them and get the job done. This is very 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 important. If you are a technical lead, especially if anybody lead here, you need to motivate them to get the proper result. Sometimes they may have personal problems also. Involve with them and try to give solutions, or at least try to see what problems he is facing. If he is technically stuck somewhere, maybe he may be poor in that area, particular area. He is strong in all that areas. If he is poor in that area, identify the problem and try to push him and motivate him. Continuous motivation is required in Agile. Continuously, you need to motivate your team, motivate the people. Otherwise, to maintain the healthy environment, right? Environment also should, very healthy. People still I am observing who is coming from the waterfall days, right? They don't share the knowledge. If you know how easily that can able to achieve, he don't tell it upfront. He think that all the credits he's taking. In Agile, believe that success is everybody's success, failure is everybody's failure. Even if you are doing extraordinary and if other team members are doing not well, that means your team is not good. You are not cooperating each other. Each other should cooperate and they should share the knowledge. That's how they should work. Maybe if people identified that you are doing lot of help to the other people, they may appreciate you. They may increase your salary, or they may give some perks to you. You will get extra benefits. Sharing knowledge is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You also sharing. When you share knowledge, right, you will be you will be having so much positive thought with you. So it helps to your career also. People who accept the positive people, right, they will give many opportunities to you. When they see them, you from that angle, they may give you new responsibilities as you are a good in that area. The most efficient and the effective method of conveying information is within development team is face to face. See, this is what they're saying. Face to face, connect with them and try to. Nowadays, not possible to us, but face to face means at least try to connect with them in a call and talk instead of sending email, instead of sending requirement in a chat, inst- you know instead of putting directly into the storyboard and say, go man, read it and do it. Explain them if they have any problem. Face to face talk and get it done. Who need to do all this? Who need to do all this motivation and all? Right? Scrum Master. There will be one leader for this entire Agile team. He is the Scrum Master. He need to apply all this. He need to apply all this to the team. Okay, everybody will be busy on their work. Scrum Master should take care of everything. So he should be a good person. If he is a bad person, he definitely ruin the project. Scrum Master should have lot of positive strengths, lot of positive strengths he should have, and he should follow all the principles what they are saying here. Working software is the primary measure of the progress. When you say progress, I am in the progress, and project also in progress means working copy you need to deliver. That is what they are saying. Agile process promotes sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and the users should be able to maintain a constant phase infinitely. This is what I was saying, right? So you will be having work always, will not be ideal. Continuous attention to the technical excellence and the good design enhances agility. Agility means continuous changing. The name itself, continuous change. Agility means continuous change. So the continuous attention to the technical excellence and good designing enhancements agility. What they are saying is, technically if you can able to improve it, admin module is done. I thought it Linux is a Linux server is enough. By the time you deliver it, you realized it. A lot of cloud environments are ready or available. They are giving good performance and less cost. You may suggest that new changes. So you can take the changes in the architecture wise also. Technical requirements, technical software requirements also you can change if that is justifying. So they are changing not only from the requirements point of view, you can take any changes. Simplicity, the art of minimizing the amount of work not done is essential. Art of minimizing the amount of not done. Okay, what they are saying is, end of the day everything should make it done. Here and there, some items may not done because of some dependencies. Maybe that can be done maybe next week. Okay, you should not make run people always. In Agile, what will happen? People or developer, they always continuously run like horses. They will put their efforts continuously. They don't have breathe. They don't take any breaks. But we should not chase them like that. If you are a good scrum master, you need to give them buffer also. You need to take them out for movies, maybe not in office time. You can take them for lunch, parties, dinners. you know they should hang out. Otherwise, a lot of things will be in the mind. Last week things, before last week things, everything in the mind. He will burn out. He will blast. One day he will shout and break everything. So you need to maintain the team in such a way. Okay. The best architectures, requirements, and designing emerge from the self-organizing teams. Yeah, the same definition. So teams also self-organize. What they wanted to say, self-organizing teams. So team means team. They should able to respect the business, and they should able to organize themselves. At regular intervals, team reflects on how uh, became more effective. Then tunes the adjust the behavior accordingly. Yeah, this is continuous effort. Maybe this week we delivered a small work only because we are new. Next week we adjusted everyone in the environment. We adjust to the project. You may need to speed up. Continuously we do that. It's a continuous practice. Maybe today we do some bad things, so we should identify what went wrong in this week. We need to rectify them in the next week. So continuously we do retrospectives, and we will analyze what went well, what not went well, what we can improve. That all we do in a agile practice, so that we can improve the practice also. Practice side changes, process side changes, not only from the technical. What better from the communication. In agile, if something is good, rather than the previous module, you can add it. If you have a new thoughts, you can add it. In agile we should accept it if that is really good. In agile development cycle, planning, requirement analysis, designing. Sorry. Okay, let me go back. See here, the art of minimizing the amount of work not done is see. In other words, they can say is you should minimize. I mean, minimizing work not done means I have 10 stories. Out of 10 stories, at least you need to finish 8 9 stories. Sometimes what will happen? Many stories will still in not done phase only. Done means done. You need to complete the entire story. So they are saying minimize it. Not done stories means try to make all the stories done. Means complete. In Agile, we once we create a story, we move it to the in progress to review, in progress to review, then testing, then testing is done. We move it to done. Done means done. That story is completed. So they are saying try to complete all the stories. Okay, try to complete all the stories. Is it a different? Is it having different meaning? This is what I understand from it. Minimize the amount of work not done. Am I correct or yes? Right? Yeah. So we need to make everything done. Why they named it simplicity, I don't know, but yeah, let's follow it. So in agile development cycle, what we will be having? Planning, requirement. Planning means once an idea is deemed viable, the project team comes together and identify the features, prioritize each feature, and assign them to in a iteration. It will go iteration by iteration, right? As I said, module by module. This is how it will go. Team continuously will work. So team will start here, designing phase. It will go to the development phase, then testing phase. Once it is done, right, by the time it is done, the new module will start. Then once it is done, a new module will start. Once it is done, it will go to the new module. That's how module by module new modules will start. Team continuously will run. So here they started until finishing all the modules, they will run continuously iteration. Continuous iteration will happen. Continuous iteration. You may, or else show me iteration picture. Agile iteration. Yeah, this is the iteration. You can imagine easily with this. With this class, right, even you can pass Agile certification also. If you accept all the points which I said, if you have that positive mindset, you can pass Agile test. So here sprint. First sprint started means one module. Analyze, plan, design, build, test, review. Then launch. Again it will go to the next sprint, next sprint, next sprint. Like this continuously sprints used to happen based on the requirement. Maybe 10 sprints, 15 sprints, 100 sprints. It will go continuously, sprint by sprint. Continuous work used to happen here in Agile. Okay. Here I am. Yeah. So this is what they say. Product owner is the client. Let's say I'm working for, if I'm working for a Citibank person who is involved with the business. Okay, he is the product owner. Let's say you want to make an application. Okay, online food delivery application. You are the person. What is your name? Patil. So Patil is the client. You have a thought that you want to build a online food delivery application. So you are the person. If you don't have enough time, you will be having your assistant, right, or PA, who is helping you all the time. So you can share your knowledge to him, and you can tell him, I have a lot of meetings today for with other business partners. So you are the person who is going to take care of this food delivery application, PA, or you can say manager, whatever designation you give it to him. So he is the product owner. He is having all the business knowledge, whatever you shared with him, right? All the strategies they know. They will behave like a product owner. And Scrum Master is like a ring master in zoo, right? In zoo, he used to play with all the animals. Ring master. Similarly, Scrum Master is the person who used to deal with everyone. Scrum Master will deal with everyone here in the team. There you will be having developers, testers, designers, UI people. Maybe you have something DevOps people also if you want to involve. You may have DevOps people here. So he's the one who is assigning job and motivating and finding struggles, everything. He's the person who deals with them. You will be having BS also here. He's a ringmaster. He's like a manager, you can say. But manager roles are different, right? Scrum master is the person who is going to take care of all the things, everything you need to manage. Okay. So the product owner and the scrum master and the entire team, they will meet on daily call to see the progress and everything. This product owner, right? This PA will update to the party on daily basis. He will say, okay, man, they are working. Everything is going well. They are working. Everything is going well. If something not going well, he will communicate to him. Something not going well, maybe you need to send one email to the company. So he will shoot out the email. Your team is not working well. Please take care. Okay, I think I should stop the session for now. I'll be jumping into another session. Okay. Yeah, we will complete this agile tomorrow. Just advantages and disadvantages. Already we know them. Okay. Once again, we'll read through these two paras and we'll close it. Okay. Then I will show you Jira tool tomorrow. I already registered to it, so we will be creating stories in Jira. I'll show you how to use Jira. Whether you go with Kanban or Scrum, we will use both. Okay, these two are popular. I'll show you tomorrow.